Greetings and happy Sunday, YouTube. Let's take a look at some new arena defenses late on a Sunday and maybe check out what other people are using to success here recently. Our first guy here is Pegasus, but with very special P. He looks to be a master of the P here. He's good at his P's. He's good at peeing. And he has Theo as a crit leader, and Eladriel, Chloe, Chandra. So he's just going with the whole Theo is gonna kill you, and everything else is just designed to make it hard to kill Theo. That's kind of interesting, but it works because, well, all you need is Theo and wait long enough until you get violent procs and stuff is gonna die. The only issue I see with this defense is, you know, if Theo doesn't kill people, Chandra and Eladriel and Chloe really aren't going to do much. So he's going with speed, attack, and crit damage. And he can have a crit rate that's kind of low considering he's running him as a leader. And speed on 2 is not too bad for Theo in my opinion, because his first move scales with speed, so that actually increases his damage, as well as increasing his overall damage. That's in my opinion, that's one good way to run him. Chandra has just a butt ton of hit points. Triple HP with a non-powered up HP rune. And Eladriel is Violent Endure with hit points, defense. Maybe a little on the slow side, and Chloe is really fast with Violent Guard. Pretty good stuff. I like what he's doing on the defense though. We'll fight him with something that's, you know, not YOLO-ish, and we can all see how much of a pain in the butt it is to try to kill Theo when it has a Reser, Hug, and immunity. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Let's do this and take Sigmaris and Bella. So for this fight, we are going to go after the Theo and just try to keep him stunned, and we will end up more than likely saving the Eladriel for last. But I think we're all going to see here how good this defense is and how much damage this little Theo is going to put out, even when he's pretty much the only damage on the team, because he's going to get all this junk sitting on him. He's hugged already. Why not? Maybe we can get Eladriel to go and just take his buffs off. Eladriel has a chance to remove buffs, but there you go. That's okay. And we still haven't made it through the Endure yet. Still no Endure. And he's gonna revenge people. That's special, because he's on Violent Revenge. So now we got Endure, finally. You know what? I don't feel like healing. We'll do this instead. Get some attack bar. And we really don't need to use the second skill because he's just gonna die anyway. And then we're going to one-shot him. We're going to put the armor break on him, and then we're going to blow him up again. Or he doesn't have a lot of hit points. Don't even need to do that anymore. Well, we can stun Chloe. So yeah, once that Theomars is dead, there's really no danger, in my opinion. Like, I should probably heal, but I'm not going to. So what do I like about this defense? It's gonna work against a lot of comps. You know, if you try to bring a high damage team with very few healers, there's a good chance that these guys are gonna keep Theomars alive long enough for him to just go through and kill all your toons. It's got a Reser. Resers are just great on arena defense. You know, even Resers that aren't like the best Resers, like Galadriel and Vanessa. I could see people using the little water Undine, or however you say it, on arena defense at a slightly lower rank than this, just because Resers are so effective like that. They add a whole new element to, they add a whole new hurdle for your opponent to have to overcome when you bring in the ability to revive people. Heck, I've even seen a couple of comps that use the light Garuda from time to time to success. You know, like maybe in the lower ranks, you could sport an all light team, get you like an Amin, a Bella, a light Garuda, and maybe something like this new water pirate that's out. That'd be kind of nifty. Let's see here. So yeah, this is another great example of a good defense that a lot of people are. Ooh, sorry about that. A lot of people are going to be able to obtain. You got your fusible. Chloe, you know, it takes a while to get, but a lot of players will end up getting her if they try hard enough, especially with the exclusive summons. And then you got Theomars, and I like what he's doing instead, running the hit point leader on the Veramos. Pretty good defense there. All four of those tunes are very effective on defense. I think maybe I would use a Bella instead of Darien, but the reason why he's probably using Darien is because those fast violent runes they're really hard to go around, and on a setup like this, you want your fast violent runes on like a Chloe or a Veramos or a Theomars, and so you know you got all your best violent runes on these guys to make them really good. If you bring a Bella and he doesn't have great runes, then he's not going to work well. So why not bring a Darien and get those runes that don't necessarily need speed, right? Because Darien don't need speed. He's going to sit there and revenge people. He's going to have a whole bunch of hit points. So he's probably running a Darien instead of like a Bella, because he knows that the Darien's going to have very good runes, because he's got some hit point based violent or revenge runes to spare. So I don't know, let's check it out. Maybe I'm right, and he's got some really nice runes on Darien, and he's got all his fast violent runes on his Chloe and his Theo and his Veramos. Look at him go with the 6-star McKean. Man, she's really useful. I'm tempted to just do her. Maybe like put Despair or something on there. He could maybe use a little more crit rate, but I like what he's got going with the speed. So he's got speed on 2 on his Veramos as well. Violent Blade. Chloe is got revenge runes. Okay. It's because of the substats, right? He's got a speed rune, you know. It's got good crit rate is good to have on a Chloe. I mean, you can't go wrong with crit rate on a Chloe, because she does hit pretty hard, and that crit rate will make her hit harder. And this is great, you know, with the 18 speed and 11 defense. Defense is really great on Chloe too. So yeah, I don't. You should probably have will runes or something instead, guy. But hey, your revenge set works out. Where are his? See, because we got good revenge violent runes that don't necessarily need speed subs. And Darien can be really effective as long as you put revenge on him, even if he's not really fast. But this guy is going to have those speed subs. He's going to have the 10 speed sub there, and the 8 speed sub there, and the 11 speed sub there. Right, so guys, when you know, we haven't talked about this a whole lot, but sometimes what you put on your arena defense and your success for progression is really going to revolve around not necessarily which monsters you have, but what is the use that you're making out of the runes that you have, right? You know, if you don't have runes to make Bella good, don't use Bella on your defense. Use a Darien, because you might have runes to make Darien good. Oh, we just took the same team. I didn't really think much about this. I think we'll be okay though. This team beats a lot of stuff. Who should we kill? Let's get this guy. And we'll try for the stun. Yes. We like it when that happens. So yeah, when you go against teams like this, you don't attack the Darien. You know, that's basic Arena 101. Don't hit the guy with revenge runes. Don't do it. What? And stop killing stuff. That's bad. Okay. I'm not gonna heal just because I want to put armor break on him and I want to stun him and pop endure. And I don't think there's a lot of potential to die on the next turn, so we'll just save it. Whatever. See, I'm not going to do the AoE right there just because I don't want to get revenged. But we will put a dot on him so that maybe he'll get like a violent proc and he'll just die. Oh, so now you don't violent proc. I see how that is. Chloe. The only problem with this defense is once you kill Theo, there's really not a lot of danger, in my opinion. Unless you're playing at the lower levels, guys. If you're playing at the lower levels, you know, even if your Theo drops, Darien and Veramos could kill some people. So yeah, another good example of an effective arena defense that one could make without necessarily needing the greatest luck in the world or spending the greatest amount of money. You got cleanse, immunity, stuns, armor break, and then the RNG that will allow you to get kills. Those are the things that you pretty much need in a lot of AD success situations, and this team brings it all to the table. So kudos to this guy, whatever his name was, I forgot it. Serial X. You, sir, gave us a great example of a defense that works good, that's not too hard to obtain and make. We're not going to do you because that's annoying. Let's refresh and see who's on the bottom of the next list. We have never seen this guy before either. Danilo Alves. I like that. Okay, we're gonna have to fight a water monkey that becomes invincible. That's kind of neato. Attacks all enemies and decreases their attack gauge by 30% with a 75%. I wonder, does that skill up to 100%? I wonder. Does it go down to 3 turns or 2 turns? That'd be really cool if it went down to 2 or 3 turns and it skilled up to 100%. And stuns. Okay, well, I don't. We should see how he's ruined his Monkey King and stuff, I guess. I don't. Let's go find Daniello. Man, this weekend for the Hall of Heroes, I've noticed that a lot of people are up in there busy farming their pirates, and so the usual guys that you see hanging out in the top 30, some of them are a lot lower at this time of day, just because we are farming pirate fodder at the moment. 80% crit rate, 88% crit damage. He doesn't do anything special on a crit though. I don't understand why you would want to rune that way if he doesn't do anything special on a crit. But I mean, I guess it's more damage, you know. Violent Blade, okay. Doesn't have a lot of hit points. He is really squishy. Chloe is really fast. Swift offset. Got a Blade rune and an Energy rune because of the speed subs. That means he's using his Chloe on offense a whole lot. He's relying on that Chloe on offense to go first to make sure that his team doesn't die. Wow, this is the second guy we've seen today that has very few 6-star monsters. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He's smart with the Pheromos, rune them like everybody should. And again, another good example of just making use of the whatever offsets you have. It would be preferable if he was maybe Nemesis or something, but hey. And a strong Bella, good speed on the Bella, but not a lot of hit points. What's going on in the hit point department, guy? Are you running accuracy on 6? No. We're running defense. Okay. His Bella is, you know, that defense rune will make Bella pretty tanky, just as tanky as, say, a Bella that has hit points. But the problem is, when you rune tunes like that, you put a defense break on them, and then they're just very, very ultra squishy. Like, super squishy. You know what? We don't care. Let's just do the same thing. I'm curious though if this monkey can actually do anything. I imagine he's gonna be annoying because he can go invincible. Like maybe if I try to kill him, he goes invincible and becomes annoying. But he's stunnable, and he's gonna get stunned and he's gonna get hit really hard. And I don't know, this might just kill him. Yeah, I mean, that's... I would maybe put somebody else in there besides the monkey. You know, even Briand would work really well, because that way maybe you're not trying to get kills and you're just trying to chase off people. And we haven't talked about this a whole lot, but you know, just the tactic of building your arena defense to chase off people is a real great tactic to use if you're just looking to increase your rank. We'll go ahead and talk about that while we just like press the auto button and point on stuff. Think about it. So I did a video, or a couple of videos now, showing you some of the ways that I'm going after teams with DPS units, just to try to kill them really fast. And when you do that, it's cool, it works. You can clear your wings really fast, and there's a lot of teams you can just blow up if you know what you're doing right. But generally speaking, there will be some teams that your YOLO comp just can't kill, right? For example, a popular YOLO comp is people with multiple Lucians. If you put fire monsters that can do a little bit of damage and have a little bit of sustainability on your defense, you're going to chase away those guys that are, you know, just clearing their wings really fast with Lucians. So when it comes time for a large majority of the Summoners World population to go try to clear their wings really fast, those people that are using Lucians are going to see you, they're going to see your two fire guys, and they're just going to pass. Take a pause really quick to turn off notifications. So yeah, for example, if you put those fire guys on your defense, you're going to be chasing away those that rely on Lucians for their AO. Another example would be people that rely on a really fast Tyrone to freeze your team. Well, you put will runes on guys, and you're going to have success. And in some cases, you know, once they fight you once and they realize it, you're going to chase away people that go with like a Tyrone to freeze you at the beginning to win every turn. So some of these arena defenses, like for instance that last guy that we fought, I don't even think it would be a bad idea to put in, like, instead of putting in something like Water Monkey King, throw in something like a Brienne there, just to further chase away people rather than trying to get wins. I don't think you're gonna. There's like a certain rank that you're gonna get where that monkey just gets killed before your team moves, kind of like just what happened there. You know what? Like, okay, I don't care. Let's see how many times it takes to lose to Barian before Praha doesn't do predictive future on the same turn. For the sake of entertainment, right? So we go with Alicia. We go with Tyrone to freeze people. We go with Pirate, and it really doesn't matter. We don't need other people, but who should we bring? I'm at a loss, really. Teshar maybe, and just like let him get beat on and die really quick. I don't know. I guess we could like do something like this maybe, and try to. Whatever. We're gonna do it just because. I don't think too much has changed with his defense since the last time we fought him on camera. But if Praha doesn't do predictive future on the first turn like that, then there's a chance I can blow people up. I don't know. We're gonna see. Maybe I shouldn't have brought Chloe. We're gonna freeze. And then we're going to kill Zyros to get an extra turn. And we're going to kill everybody on that extra turn. Voila. Okay. So that's how I killed Barion's defense, apparently. But if Praha does predict the future on the first turn, there's a good chance that people are going to get stunned, and then it doesn't go that well. So that's why I thought to maybe bring Chloe. So if I get stunned, I can like protect for one round and maybe catch up. I don't know, I'm going to have to try that out more. Maybe bringing Chloe might make that be like a 100% success clear. We've seen all these people, I believe. I believe we've done Kotex, and that's not too exciting. Let's get a refresh and see if we have anybody else here down the bottom that's interesting. We haven't seen this person. This is interesting. We got 2 people. 3 above 2K that we really haven't seen. What are you doing here? Okay. So you have 2 Ritesh, right? I get them all mixed up. It's Ritesh, right, guys? Yeah. All right. But Chloe, Diomaris. This is a good example of how mixing your elements is pretty effective. And 3 people that are armor breaking, that's sick. And a Chloe, the weakness here is, I don't know. There's really not a whole lot of weakness. You could bring earth monsters against this. What should we do? Should we do something traditional and just because? Why not? Let's go with, let's just go with something traditional. And we'll take Ladriel and Kumar and Bella. And we're just gonna kill everybody. And we will wait. Oh, we didn't even go look at his guys. Oh well. We'll look at the next guy. We're just gonna wait until heal block goes on somebody, and then attack the guy that has heal block. Because when he gets healed, it will be blocked. So we're gonna see what happens here. Pretty good so far. And that you shouldn't have done that. That's, maybe we can get that off. Okay, good. Now you can die. And we're gonna get revenged by the Riteshes, so we probably shouldn't hit them more than we want to, but I will hit them to try to take buffs off. Sure will. So if you so happen to be lucky enough to pop 2 Riteshes, you could certainly use both of them on your defense, and I think it would work pretty darn well. Twice the fun, twice the heals, twice the AoE armor break, and you could do some fancy stuff like rune them different speeds, make one slower on purpose and make one like super fast, like put speed on 2 for 1 and get good speed subs. And the reason why you could probably do that, and it would be really awesome, is because when it comes time to heal, you don't have 2 guys spamming heal on the same target. You wouldn't necessarily have them tuned to be the same speed, and if they were tuned to be the same speed, then they would hit other people at the same time, and you might be able to increase your kill potential. But maybe instead of increasing your kill potential, you make their speeds different to increase your coverage on the armor break, right? If you make their speeds different, you're going to get better coverage on the AoE armor break. You're going to have that up more of the game, and you're not going to be spamming heal on the same guy, and that helps a lot because, like, okay, when somebody puts a heal block on one of your AD monsters, the way your AI will work out is that, you know, your first healer will go and try to heal the guy with heal block and he'll fail, and then the second healer is just as dumb too. And your second healer will try to go and heal the same guy, and your poor AD just wastes 2 heals because they're trying to heal through heal block. And I'm thinking maybe if I had 2 healers like that, I would make sure one is much faster than the other one. That's kind of how I have my defense going. And that way, maybe you only fail 1 heal, and then the heal block gets removed, and then your other heal goes. So instead of doing a couple more guys, I want to maybe talk a little bit about what I use for defense and why I use it really quick, unless we see something just super interesting, which I don't just right now. Let me explain my defensive philosophy. What I'm going for, what I'm going to shoot for one day, is being able to use a normal defense all throughout the week, and then right near rush hour, I got this new idea for a defense I got cooking, and I'm gonna start to throw that in right before rush hour so I don't get farmed so hard, because rush hour is crazy, and if people know they can beat you and, you know, they're playing your same defense over and over again, this happens at the top of the arena, guys. Everybody fights everybody all the time, and things get really familiar. My plan is to switch up this defense that people haven't seen before, and hopefully either make people not farm me because they're like, whoa, I don't know how to beat that, let me go to the next guy, or they try to go up against me and they don't know what they're doing, and my AD actually pulls off a win. But I'm not at that point yet. I need maybe like another 2 or 3 weeks before that defense is finished. Got a little more farming to do and such. And the current defensive philosophy I apply to is I just leave the same defense in all the time, because it works well against a vast majority of what people are going to bring against me. And what I use are 4 monsters. We'll take a look at them really quick. The whole world that plays me knows this defense because it never really changes. I use Vero as leader, Kumar, Ladriel, Bella. 2 of which I know it's kind of sad. You have to get like crazy luck, but these are the, you know, good AD monsters that I happen to be lucky enough to get. That I use. Veramos is pretty decently fast. There are faster ones. It's got a good amount of hit points with Violent Nemesis, right? Like speed. Try to want him to be as fast as possible, because his first skill scales off speed, and the faster he is, the more he cleanses, and the faster you make your Veramos, the better your AD is going to do if you have him on AD. Because basically what that means is that the lower ranked players that maybe don't have their level of progression isn't there yet, they're going to have to make their tunes faster than your Veramos to avoid getting stunned on the first round. Because the way his AI works out is he loves to just go out there and stun everybody right at the start of the match. And the faster you make him, the more people you're going to stun, or the less he's going to get stunned by other people's fast tunes. And so a lot of times your match will get won or lost depending on whose Veramos stunned each other first. And so yeah, the faster you make this dude, the better your AD is going to do if you're using him on AD. I like my Kumar pretty fast, and he naturally has a lot of hit points. I got as much crit rate as I could, but while maintaining the speed. And so yeah, I could have higher crit rate, I could have higher crit damage or more hit points, but instead I chose to keep the speed because, in my opinion, it's not necessarily that extra 10 or 15% damage on a hit that's going to win. It's, is he going to go, is his attack bar going to fill up faster than that healer that their heal is up? Is he going to go before them and get the kill? So for the approach that I've taken for this damage unit right here is let's sacrifice a bit of raw damage. Instead, let's bring a little bit of speed to the table so that maybe we can get out in front of one or two of their heals, which allows us to win the game. And yeah, he's Violent Revenge with crit damage, hit points, and tried to pick out some pretty decent speed subs. So he's got good speed subs on 4 of these runes here, so that he's not too terribly slow. And you obviously try to avoid attack, because attack is kind of useless, and you know, accuracy and resistance are pretty useless too. Eladriel, I go hit points, defense on will runes, because a lot of times people will go after me, and on the very first turn they end up killing somebody, and it's more often than not it's Bella or Veramos end up dying. Right, like for instance, say somebody goes after me with 2 Lucians. Somebody goes after my 4 guys with 2 Lucians, and Veramos and Bella are both gonna die. I know that. I've seen it happen. You know, the top level players, they can hit me with double Lucian. Veramos will die. Bella will die. But what'll happen is he's got will runes, so he's not gonna get stunned on the first round. And he'll res one of these guys to 100% hit points. And then Kumar, there's a good chance that Kumar just goes and heals him from, you know, he hurts himself a little bit when he reses. And then it's my 3 really good monsters versus like a couple of Lucians and a Chloe and a Seek that all die in like 1 hit, except for the Chloe. And then yeah, Kumar just, you know, Kumar could solo 6 Lucians if he wanted to, with a Chloe healing them. It's not much of a problem. You just like knock them down one by one in 1 hit. 1-shot Lucians. Not a problem. So yeah, you need will runes, because if he gets stunned on that first round, then he's not going to be able to res when somebody gibbs one of your units. And then Bella here, of course, I tried to make him as fast as possible, and faster than Veramos, so that Veramos can maybe do a little bit more damage. And because he is so fast, I didn't put will runes on him, because I'm banking on him going before other people will get a chance of being stunned. And he has hit points, speed with good speed subs on Violent Guard. And I tried to get a little bit of accuracy. You don't need a whole lot, in my opinion, but 48% works okay. And that is the defense that I go with. It's not necessarily a 100% stall defense. There is plenty of opportunity to get kills. But at the same time, because Eladriel has will runes, there's a mixture of elements, and there's a big fire tank looking at stuff. It chases away a lot of people that are trying to clear wings really fast. It still has a ton of weaknesses. Anybody with Zyros that doesn't suck is going to be able to plow through my defense pretty quickly, and they do. You know, when it comes rush hour time, I see all the guys with Zyros just, you know, trying to farm me right before close, because it's a familiar defense. They know Zyros works really well against it. But you know what? The percentage of players that have Zyros that know how to use them effectively at the top isn't so large to impact my ranking. So all throughout the week, I can still hold pretty high, because I get successes every now and then. Get plenty of fails, but I do get successes to make up for it. And the time in between fails is good enough to where I hold a pretty decent rank throughout the week. So that there, in case anybody was wondering, is the current arena defense that I use. but it's not the super cool top secret arena defense that I'm working on that I will be using for Rush Hour in an attempt to like maybe go after some of these rewards if they end up ever being nice one day. So that'll be it for our serious Sunday taking a look at people's arena defenses video. Let me know how the new format looks. You know, if you got any feedback about the new format, I'm going to try out yet a different format here. I'm trying to find something that I like in terms of like what is the best format to use to have fun with or what have you. And as always, thank you very much for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend, YouTube. Take it easy.